Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope y'all are doing great. Today we're going to be talking about my obsession, my current obsession. And we've been discussing this punch needle for a while. I grabbed a few of these in May, I believe, and I tried it. And so I actually haven't did this since May. I got a little bit discouraged because I have some boo-boos, if you can see right here. And then I didn't end this the way I was supposed to, but I can just cut that off. No big deal. This comes from Hobby Lobby, and that's how it's supposed to look. And I need to make sure because I lost my paper, so we need to put blue right here. So it should go blue, green, yellow, red. I feel like this yellow is more, but this is what we're gonna do. And it was 250. I got it on spring sale. It says that it's out of stock, but they may have some in store. And so it came with everything that you see here. I don't have the instructions. I don't know what I did with them. Misplaced it. So you get this needle, and I don't remember if it tells us what needle it is, like what size. And you get this to go around, and then you get these. I have a lot of thread, so I was like, if I ever not thread yarn, if I ever get good at this, and I have purchased a lot of these embroidery hoops. This is my issue with this particular project is that when I start height as possible because I feel like that is what actually helps you be successful with this project. So I'm gonna slide this again. I think that Hobby Lobby. I don't know about the other craft stores. I don't know about Walmart, Target, but I feel like Hobby Lobby has. I'm just squeezing this, pulling it, and turning. I feel like Hobby Lobby actually has really inexpensive craft summer projects. So if you're into that, that would be something that I would recommend you go to. It's still loose. That's okay. Anyway, we're gonna take our threader and we're gonna go down to the bottom. So it has a big opening, as you can see. I'm gonna take this and just slide it through. Whenever I see this, I think about a needle. I mean, it is actually a needle, but I think about starting blood needle because that was my profession for many years. I was in a medical profession, drew a lot of blood, started a lot of IVs, changed a lot of bed linen. All right. Also, I do recommend that you have your yarn not tangled because once you get in the groove of it, you're going to be like, oh, this is easy. And then you start meeting tensions. Then you pull it back through. And then you could take this threader if you like, if you so choose, and poke it through. What I did the first time I threaded is I just kept this on the needle inside of the needle and I just pushed the thread through like that. All right. So here we go. Now we're gonna pull this back out. Now I watched a video a couple of weeks now where the lady says to keep the bevel facing you. All right. So now that we have this, I have this open and I'm just going to push, pull, push through, pull. This one is going to act up. That's okay. So I just redo that. I didn't have that issue with the white. I'm assuming that because I'm on camera, I'm struggling a lot more. Make sure you don't have your hand in the way behind this thing. So it doesn't really tell you like where to go, right? But you want to poke it through enough to come back up. Like the depth, I feel like is your decision, and somehow it just works, right? I feel like I would really like to go tufting though. I would really like to go tufting, but my arms, my shoulders will not allow that. So that looks kind of not good, right? So let's go ahead and pull that back out. Let's do all of it out. And so you can see the holes. I do think that this is fairly inexpensive, cheap material. So um, we can't do that too many times or we're going to be in trouble. So I'm just going to pull this back down. When I went to that crafting event last Friday, Saturday, Sunday, last Sunday, I really was hoping to find all kinds of cool stuff. I got cool stuff, don't get me wrong. I got some cool stamps and stuff. But I'm just opening up the picture again. Um, I feel like they did it 3 times. Yep, so let's go ahead and do that. And since I'm left-handed, I don't know if you're supposed to start left to right or right to left. I like to start it that way, come back around. It just makes sense for me. So I want to try to get, there we go. Now, if you've ever tufted, let me know, please, in the comment section. I would love to go tufting. I don't even know if see, this is a problem. We shouldn't have undid it. I'm trying to go here first, underneath the holes. There we go. I probably should have just left it alone. Sometimes we just cannot leave well enough alone, can we? Nope. See, we have too much. I feel like I have too much loose yarn right there. So let's go ahead and. Now, the funny part about these are in the summer projects, like the kitty projects. I don't know if I would let my son do this because it's frustrating for me. And just imagine how I have to help him out to help him not be frustrating. It's only frustrating because I don't know what the heck I'm doing yet. But when I get the hang of it, y'all in trouble. You're gonna be like, really? Are we doing another needle project? The good thing is, if I like the project, I can keep it, right? And by keep it, I mean the back of it. You could glue it down and put like the rug backing on there. And when we put the rug backing on there and glue it down, you can make it into a cute little picture project, which isn't a problem. Actually, I'm very proud of the progression that we've made just so far in this video. This is my second time doing this. Not the video. This thing, I did the white and just kind of set it down because I didn't like how it was so loopy here. But the lady I watched, she cut hers to heavens. She was like, "Oh, come on." So this part, this end part was stuck on my in my lap, and so it's not going in like it should be. That's the one thing that you can tell the tension when you're crocheting and knitting. That if your yarn is stuck on something, the only way I could tell if I was looking and paying attention, and I was not, and hence why we had that small little boo boo. right there. I feel like long as you cover up the black spots, the ink, the design, you're good to go. No big deal. I did see Michaels. They had a tufting DIY little thing, and I was like, ooh. So now we're just gonna cut. Let me make sure I got the right scissors. This is supposed to be my fabric scissors, but I've been doing everything with them that I probably shouldn't. And so this is how the back looks. It's nothing wrong with starting new projects, right? It is something wrong with starting new projects that cost a lot more money. I feel like I could use some jeans to do this. I have a crap ton of yarn and I have needle markers that I could draw a pattern on. And I did go out and invest in these embroidery hoops, but I've seen people do embroidery hoop projects that I've been like, ooh, I want to try and do. So we have our white and blue to the side because at the bottom we're supposed to put these little raindrops. I don't think we're gonna do that, but we might. So then we're gonna do one more just to show that we didn't luck up and do something. Once you get the hang of this, you do. I felt very motivated to try and complete a project. I was like, ooh, I really want to complete this project. Doing this wrong. Hold on. Let's pretend like we've been doing this for years. I'm the master at punch needling. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about this. Let's do this the right way. Push through the top of the needle to go through the bottom to pull your yarn through the top. It's such a big opening too. So, if you have vision issues and getting that little needle eye threaded, no worries. It won't do it. That's okay. No big deal. This is a pretty big eye that I can't seem to grab. I have tweezers. Oh, right here. Not tweezers, but we got a little pick. Sometimes you got to lean on your friends, right? To get you through these tough times. Or your fingernails. Whichever one will work, right? But you should be able to get the thread, the yarn, and do that. Okay. So now we're going to go again. I'm facing my left with this needle. You can see how the yarn is lessening. And then you could also see how I'm having not as hard of a time getting it through some of the spots, and then I'm having a harder time getting it through other spots. My only concern is when I do this, I feel like the yarn gets in the way, my previous punch gets in the way of the next punch. And so I need to figure that out for myself, right? I tried cross stitch before, y'all. Cross stitching myself. We're friends. And by friends, I mean I look at the pictures. I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. Uh, I smile at all the artwork that other people do. It's beautiful. Can I necessarily do it? The answer is no. Do I want to try it again? No. I have to know my limits, right? We all have to know our limits in creativity and creating things. And you know what? I know that I'm not a good pattern follower when it comes to cross stitch. And I'll just leave it at that. Other stuff I may be really good at, like I can glue the heck out of a piece of paper. Give me some glue and paper, and we got glue. A glued down piece of paper, right? When it comes to other things, I'm not the best at it. And I'm okay with that. Maybe I should turn it this way when I go around. Now I'm going to come back just to fill this little spot up right here. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to just turn mine around when I'm going in one direction and not the singing group. All right, so let's do one more. I'm so happy. Like, I feel extra proud of the work. My little dead flower. Look at that. I like it. It's coming along fairly nice. Now, I don't know if I was supposed to start this thing in the back or not. Uh, I think pink was next. Let me see. I had them in the color order that the picture showed. Not necessarily that you have to do it. I feel like, no, it's yellow next. But I feel like it's more yellow than, I don't know. We'll go with it. I bought another one of these. I was like, yeah, they're only $2.50. And if nothing else, the embroidery hoop itself is a specific price, right? If you tried needle punching, let me know. I'm undoing this whole yellow thing. Let's pretend like we're professionals, darling. You take it from the top, you push it to the bottom. I am thirsty. I need something to drink. And then you go through here. Now that we have it through, Nicholas is distracting me. What do you have plans for the weekend? I have some craft videos I need to upload, make and upload. I plan on cleaning up some stuff. I need to go to Walmart and get some totes. And then, so what I'm going to try this time is when actually, I don't think I can. Let's see. Can I poke this thing all the way through like that? I guess I can. Hold up. Let's pull this yarn out some. We don't want to waste all that good yarn, do we? I mean, do we? Is the yarn? Oh, boy. Let's just stick to it how it was because we cannot. We come this far. Let's try not to mess it up, okay? But once we get to this certain part, I am going to turn my needle around. I am pushing so hard right now. I guess it should be open to the direction you're going in, huh? Some people are so good at this, the front and back look great. And when the front and back look great, you can choose from it. This just looks like a bunch of nonsense on the back for me. I'm okay with that. This is our first project. Don't be so hard on yourself. You can do it. The first time I bought some stamps, and I was like, how do I get the stamp image on the thing? I didn't have any ink. So, and I'm pretty good at stamping images now, even if I can't color them that well. I also had bought paper pads before and no projects to do. Uh, Before I got influenced by YouTube, because YouTube wasn't a big crafting thing for me. YouTube was watching people do silly stuff and hurt themselves and laugh at them. Um, when it first came out, right? They were doing silly stuff. I think the what's that? The talking orange was a big thing at that point. I'm not into that kind of humor or satire. I was not very like, ooh, this is so cool. Mm-mm. And then I would like to say the first person I watched on YouTube was and put a name in, but I don't have one. I watched YouTube for like social things. Had a few of my comments deleted. You know, I want to say this since we're chatting, right? Because we have nothing else to do but chat while we punch holes in fabric and leave a yellow. This is the best one we've done. This is the best one, and I like the back so much. This is so cool. Um, People don't want you to speak your truth. No one wants you to tell the truth about something. Someone had wrote something, and I had privy of knowledge that they were talking about, and they weren't telling the truth about it, and they deleted my comment because people want to tell their narrative of what happened to them the way they imagine it. Sometimes people don't speak the truth when it comes to certain things because they want people to see them, like them, and identify with them in their plights for justice or injustice. But sometimes it's not always a true statement what they're telling. The narrative that they're painting for people is a lie. And I've also learned that sometimes you just gotta be quiet. I've learned that too. And now I've noticed with everybody watching YouTube on TV, which I still sit at my computer and watch YouTube. I don't really watch YouTube on my cell phone unless I'm in the car driving somewhere. Um, it's just more, I think I've just come more accustomed to that process of watching YouTube on the computer. Let's see if this is gonna work. I guess it makes sense to go have it facing the direction that you're going so it doesn't take so much energy and effort. Let's see. This pink. I knew the pink was gonna give me a hard time. Reggie Biv, right? That spot did not want me to poke. I am gripping this embroidery hoop so tight right now. It's crazy. And I'm not liking how it is. This pink thread is the thinnest of all of them. I'm not sure if you could tell, like by me holding it, but it's so thin. And it's not a problem, but it's just very thin. So we're gonna try to use almost all of this pink up in this project. Am I happy with how it's coming out? Yeah. Let me tell you why I'm happy. I've never done this before, and to fantasize about this makes me happy. I have been thinking about trying to do this thing for so long, and then I had went to Hobby Lobby, and I actually got some projects that they had for $1.99. And this is before Joanne uh, was going out of business, because I was like, oh, I could go to Joanne Fabric, or maybe they were in the midst. They had announced that the bankruptcy and they were closing. And I wasn't. I was like, I can't go to I can't face Joanne anymore. They're not gonna be here. Blah blah blah. Right. So or maybe it was before, because I want to say they had. Did I see their projects? They maybe had some, but they were expensive. Michaels had some very expensive. Oof. But if you do a Google search on your phone or whatever you use to search, and you say, Siri or Google or whatever you say to get them to respond, and you type in embroidery hoop, excuse me, punch, needle punch, Michaels came up first. Look at that. I use so much on this side. Oh, I'm okay with this though. You can't really tell how not pretty it is. It's okay. But the back is so fluffy, and look how much I have on this side. I think I just need to practice on how much I'm giving to the other side. We may keep this side. It looks cute to me. It looks like a little hair, little person's head with different colors on it. So yeah, that's the project. That's what we're working on. I do think it's supposed to be flat like this. Let me show you why. And then I'll go on about my business. See, it's not fluffy. It's definitely more like this versus bam. So anyway, I'll work on the rest of this at some point, and then we'll talk. But it does come with a needle in this, and then you get an embroidery hoop afterwards for $2.50. Look up embroidery hoops by themselves and see if you can't just, this would be cool to purchase. Anyway, we got one thing left. So I want to say thank you all for watching. I hope that you had a good time. And until next time, happy crafting.